Alrighty, it is time for Duelist Kingdom action, and in this one, round 13 is coming to a conclusion. Kaiba is taking on Mai to close it out. So let's see where they are on the table. Okay. As we see where they are. Oh no, don't refresh. Okay, my graph has refreshed and now it's put me all the way to the start of round 1. Okay, Mai is 5th and Kaiba is 23rd. So yes, Kaiba has had a bit of a rough start. Mai's done pretty good though. Alright, Mai has started off with her classic opening play of a face down spell or trap and a harpy lady. Kaiba draws the Rude Kaiser. He's got Komori Dragon, he's got Ancient Lamp, 2 polymerizations, Dragon's Gunfire as well. And negate attack from Mai, so counters Kaiba's Komori Dragon, and it means that Kaiba's turn is maybe all for naught. Alright, turn change for Mai, 4 cards in hand. And oh, she tributes a Harpy Lady. And Monstrous Bird, 2000. I tell you what, that's not a bad tribute when you think about it. There goes Komori Dragon. Now, Kaiba might have a bit of a hard time dealing with that 2000 attack. It is Stop Defense, not the card that Kaiba would have wanted to draw. He plays down Mystic Lamp. Not Mystic Lamp, Ancient Lamp. You know what? There's Ancient Lamp, there's Mystic Lamp, there's Ancient Jar, and is there Mystic Jar as well? Probably. As Monstrous Bird destroys Ancient Lamp, Mai didn't have any other monsters on the field, so Kaiba couldn't utilize Ancient Lamp to its potential. There's Swordstalker. Kaiba would love to have that on the field right now, but he plays down a polymerization and a Stop Defense, maybe to try to get my thinking in some way. There's Harpy's Hunting Ground. 2200 now for Monstrous Bird, and you've got to say that Kaiba is looking rather shaky in this first match. 2200 life points off, he's down to 5300. And Kaiba has drawn Kaiser Seahorse, a newer addition to his deck. However, there's not much that it can do for him right now. He can defend. Oh no, he's ended his turn. I was about to say he can defend with it, but I wonder what he's trying to hope for. Maybe he might draw something, but 18 and 22 is 4,000, so Kaiba will have 1,300 life points after these attacks, and it's looking a bit down and out for Kaiba here. End phase, turn change. Izzy's Faith good? No, Dragon Treasure. Very, very tough opening match for Kaiba. Nothing he's drawn has just been of any use to him. Okay, Kaiser Seahorse is down now. He can at least get rid of... Oh man, he can't even get rid of Birdface. Kaiba has just thrown everything down, but he is absolutely cooked. I'm going to go to comments now. None for All says, thank you for these amazing duels and your awesome commentary. Keep it going, mate. For Chaz's deck, I suggest you put in one or more copy of Ojama Country and or Ojama Pajama so he doesn't get chazzed so easily. You can add Ojama Match so it's easier to play the Ojamas and the Armed Dragons. Also, Ojama Duo and Ojama Trio for synergy with Ojama King and Ojama Muscle. You can also add cards that discard cards from your hand like Graceful Charity to use Ojama Magic more often. Also some more high defense cards to use with Ojama Country. Graceful Charity, unfortunately, we can't put in because it's a banned card. Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, when you play multiplayer like we do for these duels, you can't play banned cards even in unranked matches, which is a real shame because if we could play banned cards, we could kind of have more true to the anime matches. That's why we have Shard of Greed instead of Pot of Greed, for example. We did play Chaz with a full decked out Ojama when he played against a Duelist Kingdom and a Battle City run a few months ago, and he was super powerful. Although I'm not opposed to adding another copy of Ojama Country, because that card is kind of how Chaz's deck needs to function. Also, since you said you'll Chaz it up the decks in round 14 for better synergy, does it also mean that you'll create more decks for the players that use different decks throughout the series, like Zane's Underworld deck, Bashan's Magnets, or Chaz's XYZ VW? I would like to, but all of our deck slots are full. There's 32 deck slots on this game, and every single one of them is occupied. If we didn't have all the deck slots occupied, we would probably be running a separate tournament, which is why we're actually trying to get all the cards on 2 extra profiles to open up more deck slots. Which is the downside of this game. 32 deck slots, even though it sounds like a lot, it really isn't for Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, well, Kaiba started off a little bit better in this one. He's got Kaiser Seahorse early. Destroyed Skull Red Bird. There's Peacock. Maya's got a few options available for defense. She's got One Day of Peace there as well. And Polymerization. Maya's fusion is Niwatori and Blue Winged Crown, which will make Monstrous Bird. Originally, the tournament started off as like a Duelist Kingdom tournament, but it's sort of become this weird hybrid between Duelist Kingdom, Battle City, and GX. As Fiend Reflection number 1 has come to the field. Oh, sorry, it was defending. 1200 with Lord of D, but the One Day of Peace will halt that. Mai is looking a little bit shaky. There's Niwatori. She's got 2 on Shard of Greed now, though. She might be able to draw something with these. Spirit of the Books and Mystical Space Typhoon. Well, she might be able to get rid of Lord of D. Kaiba may have played that a little bit too rush, but Christian Escalia says Mako has really powerful 5 and 6-star monsters. If he summons any of them, the match is certainly over. If he gets them early, that Terra King Salmon, man, that thing is, the strength of Red Eyes, but with 6 stars. Same with Amphibian Beast. In fact, I think Amphibian Beast is the same as Red Eyes, and it's only 6 stars. So Amphibian Beast must have been closer to a Battle City or a Yu-Gi-Oh! GX issue card. Mystic Horseman comes to the field now for Kaiba. There goes Spirit of the Books. And Mystic Horseman was at 1300, goes in and hits a direct attack on Mai. 6250 for Mai, 7750 for Kaiba. Kaiba must win the second match here to stay in contention for his season point. Mai, she would love to win 3-0 against Seto Kaiba. She's just drawn Wabaku. She might get Peacock to the field, because Kaiba won't be able to block Wabaku unless he draws Mystical Space Typhoon now and gets it right, but Maya's activated Wabaku, so Kaiba will have to wait a turn. Maya would really want to get that Kaiser Seahorse off, because if Kaiba gets a Blue Eyes, he's only going to have to tribute that one monster. Mystic Horseman departs for Judgeman, 2200 for Kaiba. Jonathan Priestley says, Zombies vs Koalas, and Koalas won. That was for Chumley and Bones. That third match was insane. I really enjoyed that third match. It's a shame how it ended, but the way it ended is also really, really, it's tragic, but it's funny at the same time as well. Maya's drawn Peacock, and this could be really bad for Kaiba. Maya's also had a Mask of Weakness there as well. So Maya's left Peacock in attack mode. Kaiba might see that as bait play. Goes to his battle phase. Oh, and he goes with Judgeman. It's reckless, but it's definitely something Kaiba would do. Mask of Weakness, so Kaiba will lose the Judgeman. Still 17 and 17 match each other with Peacock and the Kaiser Seahorse. Torrin Johnson says, winning the match with Des Koala's effect is always one of the funniest things to happen. It's second only losing to Dice Jar. Well, if you ever lose to Dice Jar, at least you can laugh about it. The Des Koala at that last turn, that was just heartbreaking for Bones. As mine's got Monstrous Bird again. There's Mystical Space Typhoon, which has hit Mesmeric control. And this isn't looking good for Kaiba now. That Monstrous Bird is back. It beat Kaiba in the last match. And it's going to get over Kaiser's Seahorse here as well, unless Kaiba's other face down is anything. No, Kaiba loses Kaiser Seahorse. Torrin Johnson also says, Mako, Bakura and Yugi are my top picks for making a push for the top 8. I think Bakura and Yugi, in fact Mako, all 3 of them could actually make it. If all 3 of them will make it in though, that's a different question. They might actually fight each other for one of those lower 7th or 8th spots. Birdface has come to the field. Kaiba's face down is... Oh, Dragon Dwelling in the Cave. That will hold the field. Kaiba gets a break here. Super Palco says, I was all the time waiting for Des Koala to appear in the 3rd match, and in the end, it was there right in time. Which, it broke the heart of Bones, but it gave Chumlee another season point win. Chumlee had actually lost quite a few as well. Bones was on a bit of a hot streak. It's like a momentum breaker for Bones to lose that to Chumlee. And it might just be the spark that Chumlee needs to get his season back on track. Okay, face down defense from Kaiba. And Mai might look to pick that off the field as well. There's a Magic Jammer from Mai. And Kaiba's face down is... Oh, Ancient Lamp. Kaiba can get the most out of it now. It can attack Birdface. It'll give Mai another Harpy Lady, but another Harpy Lady doesn't really do her much here. She does have Harpy's Pet Dragon though. If Mai gets that to the field and gets a Harpy Lady down, Harpy's Pet Dragon will hit 2300. Mega Jason says, in quotations for me, saying I'm on Bonesy's side, and with response to Bone saying, please don't call me that. The last time I got called that, Sid and Zygor got beaten up and we had our star chips stolen by Bandit Keith. Bad memories. Well, Bandit Keith, 100% true. He never should have made the Duelist Kingdom Finals because, yeah, he stole the star chips. That's double tribute. So that will be, it's a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Right in time because if Mai had another turn, she may have actually been able to get a Harpy Lady down, hold the field, and then summon that Harpy's Pet Dragon. But there goes Monstrous Bird. Kaiba looking good now. He's got his top guy on the field, or one of them. Maybe he can fuse them together. Maybe we'll get to see a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Mai draws negate attack. That could actually be very handy for her as well. You know what? There was a match a little while ago. It was during maybe the original Duelist Kingdom season, I think we did. It was Kaiba and Mako. There was a match in that where Kaiba drew Lord of D, 2 Blue Eyes, and a Flute of Summoning Dragon on his first turn. Mako went first and then got absolutely barbecued. Alright, turn change. Mai draws. Oh, Elegant Egotist. Would you believe it? But there's not much she can do. That Blue Eyes White Dragon is just too strong. So Mai will have to pass her turn. Moonwolfie says, that 3rd match, what the hell? When I saw there was still half time left after 2 matches, I was like, what the heck is about to happen in that 3rd match? The answer, Bricks Before Bones with 450 tries to make a comeback and loses by Des Koala's flip effect. Well, it was actually a really special comeback, and he had it in his fingers. And then Des Koala just snatched it away. Well, the Des Koala, the Des part of it, that means death, doesn't it? So it's sort of fitting that Des Koala was the monster that did it. And put Bones' zombies in the dust for good. Emperor Pikachu says, poor Bones lost to a Destiny draw. Bones should have won this match. Either way, it was a great matchup and fun to watch. You know what was fun? Yesterday, Jedi Protector along with Emperor Pikachu. I played a couple of duels against him online on this game. Oh, it was good fun. I used some of the decks out of this, and sometimes I can actually use Supreme-made decks because they don't save any deck slots, but you can still use them in multiplayer. We had some of the Electromagnet Warriors going up against... who'd they go up against? Was it Bakura? It might have been Bakura. You know, King of Skull Servants, one of those pre-made decks, went up against... I think maybe Silent Swordsman deck as well, but... Oh, I just saw Polymerization. I actually thought that might have been for the Blue Eyes. But no, it's for Battleox and Mystic Horseman, so we're going to see Rabid Horseman. We don't see him very often. He's a solid 2000 fusion. Great Duelist Kingdom monster that we only saw once as well when it battered around Joey Wheeler. And now Dragon Treasure on Blue Eyes. Mai is looking toast. Drollbird under attack by Mystic Horseman. And now a direct attack from the Blue Eyes. Mai is almost out of options. Moonwolfie says, that was a competitive match with Taya. If you go towards fairies, you need to make it different from Ishizu, who also uses fairies. Yeah, thankfully they do have sort of different fairies, but with them both using it, it is very sort of like fine line between making their decks too similar. As Elegant Egotist is blocked by Magic Jammer, it looks like Kaiba might have this one. In fact, oh, there's Hysteric Sign, which might actually pull back that Elegant Egotist, and it does, so Mai will get another chance to use it. But even at 1950, there just isn't... In fact, I don't think there's anything Mai can do. That Harpy Lady's now stuck in attack mode, and Mai doesn't have anything to protect her. I think she's just throwing down cards just for the sake of the duel. Demi Henning says, wow, what an amazing match, and what a destiny draw for Chumlee. And Kodoskopos says, Chumlee got lucky that Bones hand-bricked badly on their last match. If he drew that Dragon Zombie one turn earlier, he probably would have won. But he bricked, how many turns did he brick for? About 6? Lost all of his life points, just about, besides that 450, and Mai's beaten in the second match. So they're 1-1, and Kaiba has the opportunity now, in, 23rd place or something, to knock off 5th. Be very, very impressive if he does it, but only time will tell. Will be from Kaiba's perspective in this one as well. Jonathan Priestley says, oh, I was rooting for Taya, but well played, Mako. That was a super upset as well. I think Taya was 5th upon that. The table shifts a bit sometimes, because I do the commentary and then after that I sort of put everything together and do the edit, so sometimes they shift, but Taya and Mako were a long way apart from the table as well. Moonwolfie says, dang, I thought Rex was going to win. And also says, well, with Duke, you never know, Chad's got the win, but at least it didn't go for an hour. I was glad about that too, because I genuinely thought that Duke and Chaz would go for like 40 minutes. But it actually went really quick. It was only like 20 or something. I think mainly because Duke Devlin also wiped out 6,000 of his own life points with Dice Jar. But again, we love Dice Jar. Dice Jar is life, as I say. Harpy's Hunting Ground has started off. That's a super good card for Mai this early. And there's Birdface. Kaiba's got Lesser Dragon on the field. I did not see what that face down card was though. Alright, it's Rush Recklessly. Dang, snap. Okay, so Birdface will be destroyed. That does mean that a Harpy Lady is going to be able to be drawn though because of Birdface's effect. So I dropped my damn phone today as well. I just got home and I went to grab the keys out of my other hand, and I had my phone in my left hand, I had my keys in my left hand, and I went to grab it with my right hand, and as I grabbed the keys I just loosened my grip and I dropped my phone straight onto the bricks. I've got a case, it's like a cotton case which managed to impact the blow. I've got a slight dent on the very side of my phone. Hasn't done any damage, but I was probably lucky. But now there's that dent there and I can't unsee it. But yeah, straight down onto the bricks. If the case wasn't shut, my phone screen probably would have been obliterated. Alright, Sky Scout, also known as Harpy's brother, or formerly known as Harpy's brother, takes out Lesser Dragon, and that's actually a very good decision for Mai to get rid of Lesser Dragon, because Dragon's Gunfire could actually could actually work here. Kaiba puts Ryukishin... Oh, Kaiba's missed it. He can use Monster Reborn to bring back Lesser Dragon and then use Dragon's Gunfire to knock out Harpy's brother. Or Sky Scout. It's only 800 defense. Oh, there's Harpy Lady. Harpy's... Oh, Harpy's hunting ground will get targeted there. I guess she feels that she doesn't need it. It's not like Kaiba has any magical traps on the field. Demi Henning says, what an upset and a great match for Taya and Mako, and my teams keep letting me down. That's a name I have not seen before. Welcome if it is your first time or first time commenting. I think that is first time commenting. I don't remember that name. Says, Mako has always been my favourite character. His deck is great and lots of moves to be made. Has he made the Legendary Fisherman 3 summon yet? That's how I use his deck in Duel Links. He's only got the original Legendary Fisherman for the time being in his deck. With the way this tournament is sort of styled, Legendary Fisherman 3 with its summoning conditions can sort of become a brick. Sort of like Mai's only got one copy of Harpy Lady Sisters. In the original Duelist Kingdom tournament, we had 3 and Mai would draw brick hands all the time. I can't remember what Legendary Fisherman 2's summoning conditions are, but that's why we haven't had them in there, because of the summoning conditions and the potential of drawing them. As Mako had a very tough start to the tournament. He kept drawing really bad hands. As Mai's now got Crow Goblin down. Now, cleverly, Kaiba did end up using that move with Monster Reborn and Dragon's Gunfire. He did end up seeing it, but he saw it maybe a move too late, but at least he did see it, because he did get attacking targets off the field. But now with Crow Goblin down, there's Spirit of the Books. Now it's Ancient Lamp that's down, so Kaiba could make use of its effect here. And my attacks with Crow Goblin, so the Spirit of the Books is the one that's going to take the hit. Unfortunately, Crow Goblin's also 1850, and we all know about the 1850s in this tournament. This is another new name as well. Smurftastic69 says, you ever notice that Panic had enough star chips to get to the finals on Duelist Kingdom? But instead he went around punking other duelists. Bro was not even doing this for the money, he was just a menace. Yeah, he even said to Yugi he could have retired long ago, but there's nothing he enjoys better than breaking weak duelists. That's where you're just like, damn man, that's cold. Like, Panic could be home watching football, but instead he's on the duel field instead of being retired with home with maybe a wife and baby Panic. But instead he got into a fight with Yugi, and it ended up with Panic ending up in the Shadow Realm. And deservingly so. Panic deserved to end up there. Connor Chavez says, fun question for you. Was there ever a card that you thought was horrible as a kid, but when you grew up, you realized it was actually really good? I'll go first. As a kid, I never thought Thunder Dragon was a good card, because I was like, I have to sacrifice a monster for this weak thing. And now I get 2 of them useless. Never once thought about the fusion aspect. The legendary twin-headed Thunder Dragon. 2800, so Kaiba's played Lejin, but Crow Goblin is still stronger. And Mai's got 6 cards in hand. She plays Niwa Tori. Kaiba's in trouble again. Invigoration, Mesmeric Control, and Stop Defense. Didn't he have this in Game 1 as well? Those 3 cards? You know, I might actually drop Mesmeric Control out of Kaiba's deck, because that card is pretty useless. But to answer that question, a card that I thought was horrible as a kid, but when you grew up you realized it was actually really good. Foolish Burial comes to mind. When I read that thing's effect and it's just like toss a monster to the graveyard, I was like, what is the point of that? But Foolish Burial can actually be very useful depending on what sort of deck build you have. So I would say Foolish Burial is definitely one. And it looks like this match won't last much longer. Emperor Pikachu says, what a great match and a great win for Mako. He desperately needed that one. And Sir Aaron Game Guy says, Chum's favourite card coming to save him at the last minute is Poetic. SCH292 says, go Zombie Boy. Well, Zombie Boy almost beat Chum. Almost, as Kaiba is getting picked apart by these these winged beasts, and the KFC fried chicken of Niwatori. Kaiba, oh my god, he has drawn an absolute brick in this third hand. Kaiba is one of the decks we are looking to fix up a bit. I think we're going to get rid of Mesmeric Control, because that thing is useless. I'm just going to quickly scroll down. Nicholas Enberg says, do change your character's decks whenever you want. It's fun to see new cards. The only important thing is that it stays true to the character. As this one's going to come to an end, I'm just going to shout out a few names as well, because I'm not going to be able to get through all the comments because of the ones I did on the weekend. But shout outs also to Rust Bucket 349, Elgar the Regicide as well, Funky Dirk 3739, Jur 2333 as well, and Saxpack Abs as well as Mecha Jason, and I think there was one more name. Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Just Anonymous ZZZ as well. If I have missed any names, my bad. There were a lot of comments. I think I have to do the duels this way because it feels so much more natural engaging with the comments. When I was doing it on the weekend and I wasn't reading comments out, it just did not feel right. It was just weird. I like doing it this way a lot better than not reading comments at all. And not only that, replying to comments manually, that will actually take more time than what it will to just engage during the videos, and everyone seems to enjoy it as well. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in, and thanks for leaving all the comments as always. If you do want to watch anything else, I know a lot of people like to have these in the background. I did a solo run with Articuno on Gen 2. That's why I'm only able to do one duel tonight, because that took a lot of time to edit. I edited it down from 2.5 hours and made it just over 1 hour, because Gen 2 be like that when you do solo runs. But we are also fixing up the decks before starting them off tomorrow for round 14 as well. Again, thanks for tuning in wherever you are in the world. Stay safe. Take care. Farewell.